Hey guys, it's Mario here, and I'm here actually at my friend's place right now, just chilling after having a medical emergency this morning. I actually had to go to a dentist. My tooth got inflamed. I don't know if you guys can actually see my whole face being swollen here, and I'm looking like a panda, at least on this side. I didn't make any bulky mistakes overnight or anything like that. I actually got some kind of infection here, so it just blew up, and I had to do this thing called root canal, where the hell it was extremely painful, was excruciating pain. Figured it out, I guess. It's gonna get better, and yeah, I just wanted to shoot a quick video for you guys. I'm doing daily videos, so I want to share a couple of thoughts as well, and maybe you can draw a lesson out of this current situation, whatever not. So yeah, essentially what I want to talk a little bit about is that Stephen Covey's principle from his Seven Habits of Highly Successful People is your circle of concern versus your circle of influence, right? So a lot of people are basically stuck in that circle of concern, right? So I could be concerned right now about the world economy, like about the weather outside, about when is the swelling gonna go away. I could be concerned about what else is completely outside of my power, such as what people think of me. People are gonna laugh at me making a video where it's my face completely blown up or some bullshit like that. I could be concerned about that, but are those things under my influence, right? So that's definitely, you can see that I can't do much about that, right? I mean, everything that I could be done, it has already been done. And that brings me to that circle of influence, right? That's the circle, that's the things that you can actually influence directly, which are your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, your things that you're doing in your life. And those are things that you directly have influence of. And those are the things that will basically yield much greater returns on investment of your time and your energy, right? Because we not only spoken that we have limited amount of time, but we also have a limited amount of energy, which is a big portion of the way, if you want to be a productive person, if you want to be a person who is working to become the best version of yourself, it's really a problem of energy. And let's say you spend most of your, let's take in a day as an example. So if I start off my day, and for some reason, let's say it happens once in a while, I start off my day by reading the news, browsing the news feed, sucking up like a lot of the social media hype from the fitness world, from the general world of like politics or someone else's political views or whatever. That will completely drain my energy so much that later in the day, I'm gonna have a very, very hard time actually getting myself in the right zone to produce creative work or to do anything meaningful, which is kind of interesting, right? So the way you, I guess, start off that day and the way you manage that energy or where you invest that energy also plays a role. So not just by how much time you have, but also like how strategically you invest that energy throughout the day will make that day either more productive or less productive. So that's kind of a couple of thoughts that I had really on my mind that I was discussing with a friend today, who is the owner of this apartment actually that I'm staying here, waiting for a flight to Rome. And he was also mentioning, well, if he starts off his day by doing some random stuff that has nothing to do with his work, it's going to be very hard for him to regain that momentum, because spending your energy on a specific thing, like a lower consciousness type of thing, like getting sucked into, like, let's say some hype, getting sucked into some celebrity extreme kind of articles, like gossip bullshit and all whatnot. So that will kind of generate momentum in that area. It's going to be very hard to unhook yourself from that negative type of energy and really move into something that is more productive, that is more creative, that requires you to be in that flow state. And a good example of this, I guess, from my life, I would say, like, if I start off my day by opening my Facebook, like first thing in the morning, like wake up, a lot of people do this. They're just gonna open their phone, they're gonna check their newsfeed on Facebook, and this will automatically put a little bit of momentum in that direction. And it's really hard to actually reverse that and get into a good flow state where you can be the most creative. So it's really about being careful about which things are you adding more wood to the fire, right? Which things are you pushing to gain momentum in, and which things are kind of like just being not just taking over your day, right? So going back to that circle of influence, right, it's important to realize that the circle of concern is living in reaction, right? So you're living in reaction to many things. So you're being at the effect of things. You're not being the cause of things, right? And as a human being, I mean, you have a lot of things that you can actually influence. So right now, I mean, I can't influence the fact that I'm making this video. I can't influence the fact that my face is just completely swollen and that I'm in fucking pain, right? That's something I can't change. But I can change the fact that I can make a video, share a couple of good lessons with you guys, and also try to do my best to give as much value as possible, right? So that's always in your direct influence. Also, I think if I'm gonna have some healthy food right now, that's also under my influence. But just I could also be very very reactive and say, oh, it's painful, it's hurting me. I'm just gonna fuck off. I'm just gonna go YOLO and even in my diet and everything. I mean, there are certain things that you really have a lot of power of, and that's something a lot of people get too much caught into the trap that they're powerless, that they're hopeless, and that creates a massive amount of limiting beliefs, and those limiting beliefs will essentially be just building upon each other, and then after a while, those limiting beliefs will get so interconnected that it gets hard to get rid of either one of them, right? So one big limiting belief is really that you have to be immersed in at least some way in the world culture. You have to know what the news are in some foreign country where you have no way of ending up, even if you do travel a lot and these kind of things, right? You have to know what the latest celebrity fad it was. Like, you have to know what this politician said, or you have to know this, or you have to know that. That's one of the big, like, I think limiting beliefs that people have, is that they have to kind of stay connected to the world in that way, which is really not the case. I mean, what's the actual value in that if you think about it? What's the actual value in being exposed to certain things like that? I mean, if you think about it, the side effect of that is really forgetting the people around you and forgetting your circle of influence and forgetting the things where you can actually make a difference. And it's kind of one way you procrastinate, and kind of one way you avoid getting things done, is by immersing yourself into something that you don't have any control of, and then you can kind of live your life through that, and essentially in the end you're relieving yourself of that responsibility to take action, to do and to make a change in the world. So a couple of raw ideas, couple of thoughts here. I'm looking forward for this thing actually to get fixed. Hopefully it happens next couple of days, so I can continue filming cool videos for you guys. And as I said, I'm gonna be in Rome, so I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully I can still enjoy some of the great foods there, and have a good time, meet up with some friends. So hope you guys enjoyed this quick video here. Let me know in the comments below if you resonated and how you resonated with these ideas that I just mentioned. Aside from that, make sure to hit that subscribe button below to support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.